Welcome to today's thrilling adventure exploring a mysterious iron door. The horror inside matches that outside. Look at the monsters on the table. It looks like a boxing match with horror levels identical to outside. The table is littered with lab equipment and headless corpses and the floor chilling. Both guessed the truth was near, and Little found a vial of serum, likely from a mad scientist, in the cupboard. Levy uncovered a jaw-dropping military secret on the computer. It turned out to be a World War II era bioweapon lab, and then a quake caused chaos. A weapon leak triggers a mutation disaster, but instead of blowing up the cannon, countries want to develop super soldiers. Talk about flawed logic. And there's a gem in the canyon called Stray Dog. Seems like a match made in mad scientist heaven. If the cannon is discovered, the self-destruct mode activates and boom 4.2 km gun in a blink. Seeing this, Levy suddenly had a plan, but as soon as they stepped out, they spotted Little desk bag tossed on the ground. Oh. Who would have thought these monsters had strategies? Poor Little fell for the oldest trick in the book. With speed like a cheetah, Little had no chance to escape before crashing into the ground. Levy desperately retraced his steps. He stumbled upon an underground lab where the Hollow One decided not to finish off Little right away. So classy. These monsters chose to slowly torture him after being stuck here for centuries. They were gonna savor the fun. However, they underestimated the Queen's power. With one kick, Little flew down like a bird from the rafters, but he was totally unprepared. Facing the terrifying Hollow One hand-to-hand failed. Little found this farce a joke. In a bad mood, he pulled out a knife, ready to take down this guy, only to get outsmarted. Luckily, Levy arrived in time, saving Little from death. They hurried across the ladder to escape. And matter that the 3CA minions are letter to be until the letter to be D. You grove a Chinese letter turned which reflects a quarter W. O grovi matter you Cyrillic letter 4 BB at a Cyrillic letter 4 V3 I circumflex scroll stroke 3 aroma pand copyright surrounded by band and hollow individuals all around. Pounder Mathote letter 377 a grovo circumflex letter to be a grovo paragraph o circumflex Cyrillic letter 47 pound and turned a retroflex quote moje o mat dot e circumflex e mat 3 arrow 2 pound copyright. Those nasty things got aggressive. Little hacked away with his knife, finally taking one down. Seeing this, Levy chopped them up into pieces with a few swift strikes, quite a grossly seen. As the Hollow Ones let out a roar, they suddenly activated. Taking advantage of the flames, they made a quick getaway from the base. Once outside, they spied a few old SUV nearby. Levy immediately jumped in to start one up. Come on, let's keep it moving, time waits for no one. Levy quickly hooked up the battery and took off. Finding the steel cable Levy had dropped earlier, he quickly tied it to the car's underside and cautiously hurried behind the monsters. The other fired precisely from behind, stopping the chasing Hollow Ones as Levy and Little drove on. Although it was a hilarious situation, desperate times called for desperate measures, rocketing through the smoke-filled area. But the pursuers were much faster than expected. Levy and Little were going nuts. Facing relentless pursuit, Little pushed the accelerator with the toolbox, urging the car to climb even higher. Facing the risk of a high-altitude fall, they frantically acted, with the car teetering. Suddenly, a Hollow One appeared, and Levy shouted, "Don't fall apart now, or we're all going down." Subtitles. Levy, unwilling to give in, was all set to put on a blazing performance for the monsters below, and finally managed to temporarily resolve the crisis. Back to the lookout tower quickly, only one drone left behind Levy, all set to help get them out. According to lab records, if they don't mutate within 5 days, it means they're in the clear. While waiting, the duo decided to truly obliterate the canyon, gearing up for action. They must destroy all defense radars to trigger Stray Dog's self-destruct mode and gear up for the challenge ahead. Otherwise, they would absolutely not survive their way out of the canyon. Levy and Little go their separate ways. initiating a game of fuses and bombs. Levis' boss spotted their secret through the surveillance and was sending people over in a hurry. They definitely can't leave the canyon alive. Danger lurks everywhere, just as Little was about to confess. Levy spotted a chopper sent by the higher-ups. They set their escape distances, ready to face the challenge. Only by sprinting 4.2 kilometers out can they survive the explosion and, of course, fend off military drones. The drones split into two, hunting them down. Wounded Levy couldn't move fast enough and fell after just a short distance. In a fit of rage, he fired back. Surely the drones would regret ever chasing him. Little didn't back down either, quickly finding cover and retaliating. It was refreshing. Ready for an explosive moment, Levy left only one drone behind. It was time for a real show. Before Levy could even begin firing, he took out the last drone with one shot, clearing all obstacles. Two individuals arranged to meet at the location designated for the final judgment, launching their attack simultaneously and completely destroying all radars. What a flawless collaboration. With the deafening roar of the radars, the canyon would finally think it's been exposed. Everything was under control. However, Levy had no time to think about killing them. Everything was uncertain. They could only run for their lives. Just as the chopper was preparing to leave the base, one final drone was on Levis' tail, ready to strike at any moment. So before taking a shot, why not hit that subscribe button? More thrilling stories are just around the corner.